this week.
Okay.
And here we go. All right. So it's recording. Yeah, okay, it's recording. All right. So we're gonna start standing up. We're just gonna go back and forth, back and forth. Your tight feet, just let your body open. Do as much standing this week, but we're gonna do a couple things from standing just while we warm up. All right. So when you're ready, come to a stop here. We're gonna do our leg circles. Okay. So put all your weight into your right foot. You're gonna move with the left, off the right heel. I'm just gonna do 6 of each whole sequence. So kick your right foot forward. You can land your toes in the mat, or you can hover the whole time. Flex your left foot, bring it around, come back. All right, so we're gonna do that 5 more times. Point your toes, kick forward, bring it around the side. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And so come to a stop. So when we move those feet, right, your goal here is to keep everything else still, right? So you're not tilting around, you're not moving around, it's just your leg moving. Let's try going out to the side, come off your left heel again, take that left foot out to the left again, your toes can be down, or you can hover, and flex that foot, bring it around back behind you. So you're doing a little U shape here. Do 5 more like that. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now from here, we're gonna take the same foot, right? We're still moving the left foot, still stabilizing on the right foot. Keep your foot flexed the whole time. Kick it back behind you. Make sure you don't lean forward. Right? Just kick that foot back, feel the hamstring, and then bring it around to the backside mechanics. So we're gonna do that 5 more times. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so now we're gonna come just up here, take a couple steps back and forth, right? Notice the difference between your hips. And we're gonna do all of that on the other side. So now you put all your weight into your left foot, lift the right heel. First, you just kick the right foot forward. Right, again, toes can touch, toes can hover, flex it, bring it around to the side. 5 more like that. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now we're gonna go to the side. So again, you're light on your right toes. You're gonna kick your right foot straight out to the side. Right, again, tapping your toes or hovering, flex your foot, bring it around. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, last thing here, with these leg circles, we're gonna do the back side on our, stabilizing our left leg, moving our right leg. So this time, your toes kind of come up. So you can kick that foot back and then bring it around to the side. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now come to a stop here. Make your stance slightly wider at first. So we're gonna come just about hip width distance, maybe your feet are slightly wider than hip width distance. We're gonna do our skiers from here. So here's what you're gonna do. What I want you to do first, take your hands up to the sky. Right? And then you're gonna come down, you're gonna bend your knees, send your hips back and down, lean forward so that your belly touches your thighs, but the crown of your head is towards me. Palms go back behind you, palms up to the sky, thumbs coming together. It's like you're pushing through the water, bring your hands back up, all the way up. All right, so do that 8 more times. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let yourself come all the way up. Let your hands come down. Now from here, you're gonna take your stance super wide, right? So take your legs out as wide
Right.
heels in. And your, no, don't turn your toes in and toes out. That's what we're gonna do later. Right now, just keep your toes going straight ahead. We're gonna do our windmills here. So your hands are gonna go up to the sky. All right, now you're gonna come down into the hip, bring your right hand towards your left ankle. Left hand's gonna stay up to the sky. All the way up and go the other way. Take your left hand to your right ankle, right hand up to the sky. Just go back and forth here. And we're gonna do this about 8 times each side. Try to keep everything nice and flat so that you're using your core, using your obliques, using your glutes to bring yourself up and down. Let's do 2 more each side. Last one. Come all the way up. As you come all the way up, let your hands come back down to your sides, and then bring your feet in closer to each other. Right now, we're gonna come down to a seat. So try to do it without using your hands. Maybe you just lift your heels, go straight down. Maybe you gotta crisscross your feet, go down. Maybe you're dropping one knee, then the other. So we're gonna come to hook line. I just have to get some water. We're gonna come to hook line here. All right. You're gonna be here. Toes to the top of the mat. Sitting up and scoops to get started. Right? We've done these before. You're gonna take your arms out long, like this, pull over to your wrist. Right? Now, you come all the way up. You're looking straight ahead. You're gonna go down. As you go down, tuck your chin to your chest. That halfway point. Now you're staring at your belly as you're down halfway, right? So you're gonna be right in that icky place where you want to go all the way down, or come all the way back. And find that place. Now from here, as you're looking at your belly, now you're gonna start to push your belly towards your thighs. As you do that, lift your chin up off your chest, so you're looking straight ahead again. All right, so we're gonna do that 10 times. So we're gonna do 9 more. You scoop down, you scoop up. 8 more. Down and up. Make sure you're going to that point of engagement each time, right, where you feel your core kick in, right? So you don't want to make it too small. If you make it too big, it's going to be hard to get up and down. All right, so let's do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. And then from there, take your hand, hug them around your knees. Tuck your chin to your chest, grab your forehead towards your knees. Take that release here. And from here, you're gonna come back up. As we come here, right, now you're gonna take your arms just out long. Right, so they're reaching out. Lift one foot up. See if you can lift both feet up off the mat, so you're here in both. Really flex your feet so that your toes come back towards you. Keep your knees bent. If you need to here, you can grab on outside your knees or underneath your knees if you need that support. What we're gonna do here, we're gonna do like our heel taps, but from both, right? So you're just trying to move your hip. Take your right heel, tap it down, give a little tap, tap, pull it up, right? We'll do some floating table later. Right now, just doing remote, your tap, 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 right? Again, it could be like this. Tap, tap, or like this. Tap, tap, tap. We're gonna do 5 more on each side. 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2. Last one. 1 and 1. Let your feet come down. Push your belly to your thighs. Hug around your shins. Tuck your chin to your chest. Grab your forehead to your knees. Take that release here. Now we're going to come back up. As we come back up, now from here, you're going to take your arms out long. Right? We're going to come up into boat. But first, you're going to take your hands, bring them together, and interlace your hands in front of you, right? It's like you're pushing your knuckles towards the top of your mat. Now, you're going to lift your feet up, right? So we're here in boat. Now, what we're going to do from here, you're going to take your hands, over to the left. As you do that, you're gonna extend your right leg long. Now if this gets hard, you can let your left heel just tap the ground while you do this, so it looks like this. If you can keep it up, keep it up. Right, so I'm here, now I'm gonna switch it up. I bend into my right knee, extend my left leg long, move my hands over to the right. Go back in, so you're just going back and forth here. Right, keep your arms extended the whole time. We're gonna do 4 more on each side. 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. I'll space. That's where we started. Let your feet come down. Push your belly to your thighs. Again, you want to really push that belly to your thighs. Wrap your hands around your shins. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Tuck your chin to your chest. Take your forehead. Hold your knees. All right, now come back up here. Now we're going to go all the way down into our hook line, or sorry, into our constructive rest. So you're going to take your arms long again. You're going to look at your belly like we did when we were doing those scoops. This time as you start to go down, let yourself come all the way down. All right, so that we come down, you've got your feet right underneath your hip, feet right underneath your knees, sorry. You're going to take your hands to your sides. Now, lift your feet up, right? So bring your knees right over your hips. So now your calves are parallel to the ground, your feet are flexed, the toes are coming back towards your knees, your face. All right, we're going to do our heel taps right here. So before we do that, we'll do our 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock so we find it, right? You can lift your head and shoulders up while you do this, or you can keep your head and shoulders down. It's up to you, right? But I want you to think about it. I'm going to show you guys instead of sideways too. Taking my hand, if I push into my 6 o'clock, right, I've arched my back, so I can slide my hand underneath there, right? If I push into my 6 o'clock, my back is flat, it's touching the mat, my fingers can't get under there. So that's what I want you to think about as you're doing your 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock now. It might be more pronounced or less pronounced for you. If you just go back and forth a couple times, find what it feels like. And really exaggerate it at first, right? Maybe your legs move a little bit more than they usually do. That's okay, right? I want you to feel that arch and flatten, arch and flatten. And then from there, find that place in between where you're not really arching up into your 6 o'clock. You're not pushing down into your 12 o'clock. You're just settling right in between. That's where we want to do these from. All right, so find that spot. Now again, like I said, you can keep your head and shoulders lifted as we do these. You can let your head and shoulders relax down. You're going to take your right foot, only move at the hip. Keep that perfect L shape in your leg. Drop that right heel down. A little tap, tap, pull it back up. Do the same with your left leg. Tap, tap, pull it back up. So let's do 8 on each side. So 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2. Last one. 1, 1. All right, now let your head and shoulders relax down. Take your knees just for a second. Hug them all the way in. And then send them back out into our floating table. Now this time, as we're in floating table, you're going to pick your head and shoulders up if you want to, or keep your head and shoulders down. We're going to do our legs together, so we're going to do both legs at once. Now you can keep them separated like mine are right now, or you can make that little Pilates V. Your heels touching and your toes going out to the sides. I find it easier and makes you feel more in control when I use the Pilates V. If it feels better to you to keep your legs separated, you can do that, right? There's no easier or harder in terms of the amount of work that you get, right? It's just what's more comfortable to your body, right? So if you want to lift your head and shoulders, if you want to keep your head and shoulders down for the doubles, you can keep them down. You're going to take both legs together, still keeping that L shape in your legs. Bring your heels to the ground, tap, tap, pull them up. Do 7 more here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, now let yourself relax down. Take your knees, hug to your chest. Right. Take your arms long here. We're just gonna do this as a little release. Right. Drop both knees one direction or the other. We'll bug through my face. Pull back up, and then drop those knees the other way. Now pull back up. All right. Now from here, you're gonna take your hands or take your legs into floating table. Take your hands to your sides again. We're gonna go from here into our hundreds, right? So you guys all know the hundreds. You can lift your head, you should lift your head and shoulders up, right? If it gets to be too much, let your head come down. Keep your shoulders up, keep your fingertips reaching forward. That's going to engage the core. We can stay right here on floating table the whole time. Just hold this. You can go between floating table and take your legs straight up to the sky. Or you can start with your legs straight up to the sky and go to a 45-degree angle. Right? That's the hardest with those legs at straight up to a 45, right? The middle level, floating table, 2 straight up, easiest holding floating table. All right, I'm gonna do the middle here. I'm gonna go from floating table to straight up. You don't have to do what I do. Do what's comfortable to you. All right, so from here, we're gonna go inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Exhale, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Inhale, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Exhale, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Inhale, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Exhale, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Inhale, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Exhale, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Inhale, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. Exhale, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Inhale, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. Exhale, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. Inhale, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75. Exhale, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80. Inhale, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85. Exhale, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. Inhale, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. Exhale, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. All right, let yourself relax down. Your knees into your chest. Now, we're going to go right into our roll-ups here. Your legs go all the way long. Your arms go overhead. Give yourself a breath. Just take a little stretch, right? Let your toes point. Reach your fingers. And then we're going to start to go into our roll-ups. So as we go into our roll-ups, right, you're going to peel your head and shoulders up off the mat. Bring your whole upper body up. And then you reach forward, reach your fingertips towards your toes in that C curve. If you don't reach your toes, it's okay. Come all the way back down. So that's the straight up roll, right? You guys all remember, if it's hard and you can't get up without your heels lifting off the ground and your legs flailing around, don't do that version, right? Do your dead bug instead. That's where you take one foot up, take the other foot up, you reach your fingertips towards your toes and roll up in that shape. All right, so if you decide dead bug straight up, do 10. If you're doing the straight ups and they get hard and your heels start to come up off the mat, switch over and do the dead bugs. If you're doing the dead bugs and they seem easy, switch over and do a couple straight up to see how that feels. Or you don't have to do the same thing the whole time.
I'll probably go with Polish. I'll keep.
So I'm going to do 2 more here. Slide up on the mat. Your heels can move along the mat or your floor, right? But they just don't come up off the floor. They do slide vertically. How they're doing on the patio. All right, last one here. Let yourself go all the way down and just extend along here once you get all the way down. Take a breath, extend it all along. We're going to do our 5 from here in a second. So you're going to come back into your floating table. We're going to do our knee pull-ins first. So in our knee pull-ins, right, you're going to start a floating table with your knees right over your hips, calves parallel to the ground. You're gonna lift your head and shoulders if you want to, right? Right now we look like we're about to start the head, but we're gonna go somewhere else. If you wanna let your head and shoulders stay down here, you can, right? That makes it a lot easier. So you decide. Now, you're gonna take your left leg, extend it all the way along. You want your left heel to hover over the mat. Take your right knee, pull it into your chest. So you're gonna take your left hand to the inside of your right knee, take your right hand to the outside of your right foot, and you're pulling your nose in towards your, pulling your nose in, pulling your knee in towards your nose, right? So it's tug, tug, and then you're gonna switch. So you take that right leg long, you bring the left knee in, right hand to the inside of the left knee, left hand to the outside of the left foot, give another tug, tug, and switch, right? So that's the rhythm here, tug, tug, switch, tug, tug, switch. It doesn't matter if you forget where your hands go, right? You might take your hands to the outside of your knee and the inside of your foot as you're doing these. It's okay, right? We just want to keep the knee in line. You want those knees going way out or way in to your body, all right? So let's do 8 more here on each side. Switch, 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 switch. So we're gonna do 6 more each side. 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, last one, 1, and 1. Now, hug knees in, let your head and shoulders down. From here, you're going to take your hands to the crease of your knees. Rock yourself up into that seated position, all right? And we're going to do from here our Bommy to canoe. So it's been a little while since we've done these, right? I think they're the hardest of the Fab Five, but you can adjust and make it easier for you if you need to, right? Here's the important thing that I've noticed lately when I'm teaching these. When you come to the Bommy, right, it's the first position. And our first one, we do it well, right? But when we get tired and we're coming up, right, you're down in canoe and you're pulling yourself up, right? Sometimes we just come here and we're like, right, Bommy, right? This is not Bommy, right? In Bommy, you've got to pull your knees all the way into your chest and really tuck your chin, get your forehead towards your knees. You want to be in that tight little ball, right? That's what engages the core. So we're going to do 10 here. So think about it in your Bommy. Now we're going to come down to canoe. Your legs extend long, heels hover, shoulders hover. Your canoe could be easier by bringing your feet up, right? So as you bring it back up into your Bommy, right, you can use your hands. Your hands can help, right? But it's not just here. You've got to bring it all the way in, right? So that's 1. We're going to do 9 more. So canoe, Bommy. 8 more. Canoe, Bommy. 7 more. Canoe, Bommy. 6 more. Canoe, Bommy. 5 more. Canoe, Bommy. 4 more. Canoe, Bommy. 3 more. Canoe, Bommy. Canoe, Bommy. Last one. Canoe, and Bommy. Let your feet come down. Now hug your knees all the way in. Tuck your chin. Should feel a lot easier. Feel a little bit more release there. All right, from here, you're going to come back down. So take your toes up to the top of the mat, right? Let your arms go long. Let yourself round all the way down. Now, you're going to bring your legs straight up to the sky. Right now, it's like you're in waterfall. So we're going to do our leg pull-ins here. They're like the knee pull-ins we just did, but a little bit different, right? Use your legs, stay straight. Now, just like before, you can lift your head and shoulders up, or your head and shoulders can stay down. You're going to drop your left heel, just like in the knee pull-ins. Right here, you're going to grab somewhere with both hands around your right leg. So it could be around your right thigh, it could be at your knee, it could be in your calf or your ankle, right? But you're pulling that right knee in toward your nose. So you're going to that tug, tug, and then you switch, right? So you take your right heel, hover it down, bring that left knee in, right? So really pull with your arms, bring that left knee in towards your face, even if your head and shoulders are down. It's that percussive press. So as you Give it that tug, tug. You're breathing out through the mouth. So it's then you inhale as you switch legs. All right, so let's do 8 more each side. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and then let your head and shoulders come down. Take your knees, hug them into your chest. Now from here, we're gonna go into our leg lowers. So your legs come up to the sky again. Now this time, they're gonna stay together, right? And this is where you wanna feel it, right? So again, with your legs straight up in the sky, do your 6 o'clock, 12 o'clock here. Really push into that 6 o'clock, right? It's where your hand can go underneath your back and then push it all the way flat so you feel it. You can't get your hands anywhere under there, right? Do that a couple times. Just keep your legs straight up to the sky. You shouldn't move that much. Just moving your pelvis, arching, flattening, arching, flattening. And then come to a stop here, settle into that perfect neutral, right? This is important that we start in neutral, right? Because here's what's gonna happen. As you drop your feet down, your feet are gonna stay together, by the way, I should have said that, right? Again, in that Pilates V, or just parallel, right? And you drop them down, you're really gonna feel for when that low back picks up off the mat. As I get all the way low here, right? Now I can really get my hands underneath there, probably get 2 hands underneath there. So that's too low. I wanna bring it up to a place where I'm starting to flatten, where I'm not able to get a hand under there, right? So I don't wanna let myself pull too far to neutral. For me, it's probably about right here, right? Maybe you can go lower, maybe you go higher before you feel it. I want you to do it a couple times. Really feel where that spot is for you. Right? And that's the range of motion you're gonna move within. Maybe it's just right here, right? This could be your range of motion. And if it is, you're gonna have to move really, really slowly through it as we count, right? And that'll make it a lot more work, even if your range of motion is small. If your range of motion is bigger, you can move a little faster. You're gonna get your work from the going down and up, all right? So I'm gonna count down to 4. So take your feet straight up right now. Right? You wanna be in that neutral. Don't let yourself already be in 6 o'clock, right? Because then you're gonna shorten up naturally your range of motion. So I'm gonna count down to 4, and then as we inhale, we come up to the count of 1. So you're exhaling the way down. Down, 2, 3, 4, inhale, pull it back up. All right? Guys ready? Here we go. Down, 2, 3, 4, inhale, pull it back up. Down, 2, 3, 4, inhale, pull it back up. We're doing 10, so 8 more. Down, 2, 3, 4, pull it back up. Down, 2, 3, 4, and you pull it back up. 6 more. Down, 2, 3, 4, and pull it back up. Down, 2, 3, 4, and pull it back up. 4 more. Down, 2, 3, 4, inhale, pull it back up. Down, 2, 3, 4, inhale, pull it back up. Last 2. Down, 2, 3, 4, inhale, pull it back up. Last one. Down, 2, 3, 4, inhale, pull it back up. As you pull back up, right? Notice if you feel a lot of sensation in your low back, right? If you really feel like your low back kicked in, that's a sign that you probably went too low, right? It doesn't really matter right this second, but it's something to think about, right? You should feel this in your back. You want to feel it through your belly, right? Because if you feel it in your back, it means you went so low that when you pulled your legs up, your back had to be doing the work to get it up. So we don't really want that, right? We want to just feel it in the belly. But like I said, it's not going to kill you if you felt it in your back today. It's okay. It's a body awareness exercise, right? So the next time you do it, you'll understand a little better exactly where you need to go. And eventually, right, you'll get it down and just be working your belly and not your back. All right, we're going to finish off our pad 5 here with our bicycles. So you're coming back to floating table. Knees over the hips, calves parallel to the ground, feet flexed. Right? You're going to take your fingertips here, bring them behind your head. So your elbows are up to the sides. You're going to take your left leg, Extend it long so your left heel hovers the mat. You're going to peel up with your left shoulder. Bring your left shoulder towards your right knee. As you do this, your right elbow stays anchored to the ground. Your right knee stays right over your right hip. Right? Don't think about flapping your elbow around trying to get your elbow to touch your knee. Just think about peeling that shoulder up as much as you can, left shoulder. Right? If the elbow gets any closer, it's okay, but it's not the goal. Then you're going to come, bring everything back down, and then switch out your legs. Now you keep that left elbow anchored to your right shoulder up towards your left knee. Back down, switch it out. So we're doing 9 more. Right? You extend the bottom leg long, peel that bottom leg shoulder up towards the top leg knee. Extends, lift up. So we're going to do 8 more here. 8. 8. 7. 7. 6. 6. 5. 5. 4. 4. 3. 3. 2. 2. Last one. 1. And 1. All right, now take your knees, hug them into your chest. Rock back and forth here a couple times. Just give yourself that little spinal massage. Now we're going to come up here. Take your hands to the crease of your knees. Rock yourself up. And then come around into tabletop. All right, so we're going to do some work here from our tabletop. Right, so what we're going to do, well, I shouldn't say we're going to do it from tabletop. You might do it from tabletop. This first part, later on, we're going to do a whole sequence from tabletop. But right now, we're going to do our tricep push-ups, right? And they make your core work because it makes your arms use only your triceps, which is the back of your arm right here, right? It's like the chaturangas we do in yoga. But the idea is not to make your triceps nice and strong, although it does have that effect, which is good, right? The goal is to get your body to use your core. Instead of like those traditional push-ups where you turn your hands out and you're letting your elbows go out to the side. We're really working the shoulder and the chest, right? So what we do here, you got your hands, trying to talk to me. You're gonna drop down, bend your elbows, let them scrape along your ribs. Now I'm doing this from tabletop, right? Easiest thing. So I'm bending my elbows, they're gonna scrape along my ribs. I'm bringing my chest down. I'm not bringing my chest to the ground, just hovering it. I'm gonna push myself straight back up. So as I come back, I'm right back in tabletop. Now you can make this harder, right? Take your knees back, come to a modified plank. So it looks like this, right? And then you're bending your elbows, covering your chest, pushing it back up. Or you can make it really hard, come all the way to full plank. You're here, you bend your elbows, cover your chest, push yourself back up. So you decide. I'm going to do it from modified plank. I don't know if I'm up to the full plank once today, but if you want to, you can. If that's too hard for you, remember, bring your hips right over your knees. That's the difference. Tabletop, hips right over the knees. Modified plank, knees back behind the hips. All right? Let's try to do 8. Bend your elbows, hover your chest, push it back up. 7. Bend your elbows, hover the chest, push it straight back up. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. As you come all the way up here, whether you're in plank or modified plank or tabletop, let yourself push back to child's pose for a second, lengthen out your arms. It's like we're trying to strengthen the core, but it has the side effects of working the triceps, getting them a little stronger. That's a good thing, but they might not be used to that. All right, and then when you're ready, come back up here, come back in the tabletop. Now this time, as we come to tabletop, you're going to take your right leg all the way back behind you. Right, so press your toes into the mat. Press your heel towards the back. Now drop that right leg. Do the same thing on the left. Take your left toes. Take your left leg, extend it long, press your toes into the mat, push your heel towards the back of your mat. Now come back to tabletop here. Now this time, I want you to take your right knee, lift it up, straight up to the sky, right? So your knee's pointed out to the side. You're in that fire hydrant position. Now we're gonna make some fire hydrant circles here. You're gonna go forward at first. Do about 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Then, still in your fire hydrant, now circle backwards. Do 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now really lift that right knee up. Keep your weight even between your hands, right? So you're not leaning way over to the left. Now, take one more breath here, and then drop that right knee down. What you're gonna do from here, you're gonna take your right leg, extend it long like we did before. This time, once you've got it extended all the way long, lift your leg up, toes come off the mat, which is hip level. Take your left hand, reach it forward. Now you're in full spinal balance. Right, from your spinal balance, take your left hand's gonna swing to the left. Your right foot's gonna swing to the right. So we're here in this awkward pose. I want you to hold right here. Now you have options, right? If it's too hard, bend into your right knee, come back to that fire hydrant position. See if you can hold it there. If not, let your right toes land on the ground, just lightly as you reach that left hand out. Try to hold here for 3 more breaths. And then from there, kick your right foot back behind you. Take your left hand, reach it forward again, so you're back in that spinal balance. This time you're gonna bend into your right knee and just bring your right heel towards your right glute. Sweep your left hand back behind you. See if you can grab a hold of your right foot or your right ankle with your left hand and kick up into it. Come to that spinal dancer. Now if you can't reach, just reach back there with your left hand. Reach towards your right ankle, even if you're not grabbing it. Whether you're grabbing that foot or not, take your chin up to the sky. Push your chest forward. So you're really in a back bend here. If you're not grabbing your foot or your ankle. One more breath. And then release everything, come back to spinal balance. Drop it all down into your tabletop. Let yourself take a child's pose here. You can move that right wrist around. Your right arm should be burning, right? Because even though we were tabletop the whole time, that right arm did a lot of work. When you're ready, we're gonna bring it back up into tabletop. We're gonna do all that on the other side. I'm gonna turn around here so you can see my left leg. It's what's gonna move. You can stay where you are. All right, so right now, you're just gonna take your left knee, lift it up, come into that fire hydrant. So you're trying to point your left knee right towards the left side of your mat. Keeping your weight even in your hands. Again, don't lean way over to the right. Now, start to make those circles here. Circle that left knee forward. Do 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now circle the other way, go backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As you finish up, really come in to that fire hydrant, hold it for a breath. And then drop your left knee down to the mat, come back into tabletop. Well, this time, as we're in tabletop, you're gonna take your left leg, extend it long behind you, toes to the ground. Then you're gonna lift that left leg up into hip level. So your left toes point towards the ground, your left hip is pointing towards the ground. Left knee points towards the ground. Once you've got that in place, reach your right hand forward. So now we're in our full spinal balance. You're gonna sweep your right hand out to the right. Take your left foot out to the left. We're trying to hold here for a few breaths. Again, your options, if this is too hard, bend into your left knee, hold it in that fire hydrant position, or keep it extended, but just slightly drop your toes to the ground. Wherever you are, hold it here. 3 more breaths, trying to keep that left shoulder right over the left wrist, trying to keep your right hip right over your right knee, right? Don't let that right hip bump out to the right. 2 more breaths. And then from there, bring it all back through spinal balance. Last thing here, you're gonna bend in that left knee, bring your left heel towards your left glute, and then sweep your right hand around. You can grab a hold of the right ankle or the right foot. If not, just reach back there like you could. Right? And then from there, lift your chest, your chin up towards the sky, really get that back bend. Just another breath right here. Lifting that left knee as high as you can. Release, take it back through your tabletop. And then drop it all down. Or I said tabletop. Drop, take it through spinal balance, drop it to tabletop. Now you get to take your child's pose. All right, when you're ready, come back up into tabletop. We're gonna flip it around here. And come to our back. All right, so let your hips go to one side or the other. Make your way down to your back. So we're gonna do our little twisting sequence here to finish off our work. We haven't done this in a while, but it's good for us. You want your arms to go out long here. All right, so I should go the other way. I'm gonna go the other way so you guys can see the right side of my body first, right? So that each time when we start on the right side, you can see what's going on. And then just do the same thing on the other side. So your arms are out long here. All right, now, as we start out, you're just gonna drop your knees over to the right, but as your knees drop to the right, don't let them come to the ground, just hover them. Pull them back up. Now drop them the other way, drop to the left. Just hover them. And then pull them back up. All right, now, here we're gonna drop the knees over to the right, and you're gonna extend your legs long. So your knees are hovering, right? You extend your legs out long. Keep that left shoulder anchored. Bend back into your knees, pull them back to center. Now drop your knees over to the left. Extend them long. The right shoulder stays anchored. Bend back into my knees. I pull back in, right? So as we go through the sequence, we're gonna add on each time. If it ever gets to be too much for you and you don't want to do the add-on, then just go back to the last one we did before where you felt comfortable and keep doing that. Right here, you're gonna take your legs, drop them to the right. Kick them out long. As your legs kick out long here, take your bottom leg, that's your right leg, tap it to the ground, and then pull it back up. Do that twice more. So we tap, pull it up. Tap, pull it up. Bend back into your knees, pull back to center. Now go the other way. Drop your knees to the left. Extend your leg long. Sit your legs long. This time your bottom leg, that's your left leg, taps the ground, pulls back up. Twice more. Taps, pulls back up. Taps, pulls back up. Bend into your knees, bring them back to center. All right, so we're gonna do that. A couple more progressions. Right now, we drop the knees over to the right. We extend them long. Do your taps, your taps, taps, taps. Now as you pull the right leg back up, now you're gonna press into your right arm. You're gonna peel your left arm up off the mat. Reach your left fingertips towards your toes. Right, so I'm kind of bracing myself right now on my left elbow, my right elbow, and my right palm. Now let yourself come all the way back down. Take that left arm out long. Put your left shoulder to the ground. Then bend into your knees. Pull back to center. We do the same thing going the other way. So drop your knees over to the left. Kick them long. Take your taps. 1, 2, 3. And then you're really going to press into that left arm. Peel your right arm up off the mat. Reach your right fingertips toward your toes. Let yourself come all the way back down. Bend into your knees. Pull back to center. All right, so we've just got 2 more progressions here to do. So now you're going to let your knees go over to the right. Extend your legs long. Take your taps. 1, 2, 3. Feet are back up. Now this time you're going to peel off your left shoulder. As you come up, see if you can really press in that right palm. See if you can get your right elbow off the mat. Do it like this. A little bit harder. If not, keep the elbow down. Right, then drop that right elbow back down. Drop that right shoulder back down. Take the left arm out. Bend into your knees. Pull them back to center. Let's do that on the left. Drop your knees to the left. Extend them all the way long. Take those taps. Left foot drops down. Back up. Down. Up. One more time. Down and up. Now this time, you're going to press into your left palm and you lift your right hand up towards your toes. See if you can come up off your left elbow. Drop left elbow down, drop left shoulder down, take your right arm out long, bend your knees, pull it back to center. All right, so last progression here. You're gonna drop your knees over to the right. Extend your legs long. Take your bottom leg, your right leg, tap it down, bring it up. Tap it down, bring it up. One more time, tap it down, bring it up. Now this time, you're gonna come onto the fingertips of your right hand. Lift your right elbow. So as you come up, you're just pressing into those fingertips. Everything else is up off the mat on your right side. And then let your right palm flatten, let your right elbow come down, let your right shoulder come down. Take the left arm out long. Bend into your knees, pull back to center. All right, let's take that the other way. Last time, drop your knees to the left. Extend your legs long. Take your 3 taps, down, up, down, up, down, up. Come onto the fingertips of your left hand. As you reach your right hand up, see if you can come up just on those left fingertips as your right fingertips reach toward your toes. And then drop your left palm down, drop your left elbow down, drop your left shoulder down, take that right arm out long, bend into your knees, pull them into your chest. Hug your knees into your chest. Off. We got all the way through that. All right, from here, you're still laying on your back. Take your feet straight up to the sky, right? And you're gonna take your legs out super wide, right? So you're like in the straddle pose. You're flexing your feet like your toes are coming back towards your face. All we're gonna do here, right? You're gonna take your arms up overhead. You're gonna peel your head and shoulders up off the mat and reach your fingertips as far as you can in between your legs. And then come back down. So do that 10 times. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. 1. Come all the way down. Now, bring your knees together. Hug your knees into your chest. All right, so we're gonna do one more thing here from our back, right? Then we'll take it up, finish off with our lifts and stretches. But you're gonna take your feet straight up to the sky here, all right? So really flex your feet. You can have your feet next to each other with your big toes touching, your heels touching. You can keep them a little bit further apart, that's up to you. Lift your head and shoulders and reach your fingertips forward like you're about to do the hundreds. So like this. Now you're gonna take your right hand, really reach it forward, push that right shoulder forward, your left shoulder's right back like you're trying to reach for a bar that's just in front of your hips, right? And then you're gonna come back, you're gonna go the other way. So you get left hand, reach it forward as your right shoulder draws back towards you. So you're just gonna go back and forth here, do it 10 times on each side. So 8 more. 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. And then let your head and shoulders come down. Take your knees in to your chest. All right, from here, take your hands to the crease of your knees and just rock yourself up into easy sit. Or just into easy sit, not to easy sit, just into a seated position. All right, come around. Now, like we just did, I want you to take your legs out super wide here. A little bit back, so my heels still end up on the mat. All right, so we're right here. Now, you're gonna take your hands up to the sky. All right, so you're coming up tall. Now, you're gonna take your left hand, reach toward your right foot, sweep that right hand back behind you. Don't let your left hip come up off the ground, right? So it's not here, we're not twisting over, right? You're trying to keep that left hip anchored and maybe don't reach, right? You should feel your core engage here a little bit. Maybe don't reach your toes. So your right hand's reaching straight back behind you. And then you're gonna come all the way up. And then we're gonna go the other way, right? So you're reaching towards your left hand, right towards your left foot with your right hand. And you squeeze your left hand back behind you, keep your right hip on the ground. Now back up. So just go back and forth here. About 5 more times. 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, last one, 1, 1. And then come all the way up. Let your hands relax down. Now, as we come here, we're gonna bring it into our hook line, right? So you're gonna take your right leg, drop it across the mat, lean to the right, bend into your left knee, bring your left leg back behind you so that you're in this right side shin box, right? Take your hands up overhead here, lengthen everything out. We're gonna do our stretches here. So you're gonna drop down over to your right forearm. Take your left hand, reach it up to the sky. And then start to reach it just straight over your bicep, right? So your chest still stays open towards the top of your mat. Reach those right fingertips over. And then turn your chest towards your right forearm. So right bicep still by your right ear. Now your right thumbs up to the sky. Push yourself up here with your right hand, bring it all the way up. Drop your left hand outside your left ankle and reach your right fingertips up and over here. The same thing, right? You're bringing that right bicep right by the right ear. And then you're going to turn yourself towards the left shin. Bring everything back up here, hands overhead. Turn your palms towards me. Now drop your hands down, straight in front of you, straight in front of your right shin. Walk it out as far as you can over your right shin. Take a deep breath here. Now bring it all the way up here. Right. And we're going to switch into the other side. So you're going to lean to the right, kick your left leg in front of you, swing it around, unwind your right leg. See if you can drop that left shin parallel to the mat. Lean to your left hip hits the ground, bring your right knee around. So now you're in that right side shin box. Right, take your hands straight up to the sky, lengthen everything out. We're going to drop down to our left forearm, reach your right fingertips up and over. So your right biceps going right over your right ear, reaching those right fingertips towards the side of your mat. And then from there, turn your chest towards your left forearms now. Right bicep still by the right ear, right thumb up to the sky. Your chest faces the ground. Push into that right palm, bring yourself all the way up. And then drop your right hand outside your right ankle. Reach that left hand up and over. And then turn your chest towards your left shin. Left thumbs up to the sky. Push away with that right hand. Bring both arms up overhead. Lengthen out. Turn your palms towards the top of your mat. Drop your hands in front of your left shin. And then just walk it out here as much as you can into your fold. Getting into that hip. Bring yourself all the way back up here as you come all the way back up. Right now, we're going to finish off just with our legs up the wall. So if you have wall space, you want to bring your hips against the wall and slide your legs up them, you can. If you don't have wall space and you're just on your mat, you're just going to lay on your back and take your feet straight up to the sky. Really flexing your feet like they're going to step on the ceiling, push your heels towards the ceiling. This is true whether you're just laying on your mat like me or if you're up against the wall, right? Your feet flex. Getting the blood to go from your feet all day back to your head of your heart where you need it more. Hands can beat your sides, palms face down. If you want to take them overhead and stretch out that upper body a little bit, you can, right? But if you're on the wall, don't let that pull your legs away from the wall, right? You always finish off this pose. It's relaxing. Like I said, gives you all the emerging benefits. blood go from your feet, increasing that circulation, get your blood pressure to naturally lower, let your body calm down from the work it just did. Now, you can stay here as long as you would like. When you're ready to come out of this pose, right? If you're on the wall, you just bend your knees till your feet touch the wall, and your knees are bent, then roll yourself into a fetal position. If you're here on your mat, you bend your knees and scrape along your body as you drop your feet all the way to the ground. Then you roll to the side in that fetal position. Push ourselves up. And that's our Pilates for today. All right. So I will see you guys all next week. That was your nice traditional Pilates class we did today. I've got some ideas next week for a little more funky stuff we're going to do. So be ready for that. I'm going to take you all off mute. All right. Did I take you off mute? Oh, there we go. Unmute all. There we go. All right. Now you guys can talk to me. All right. So I will see you next Monday. Maybe things will be calmer at my house with everybody at school, you know, but we'll see.
Thank you, and good luck with school starting.
I'm a little stressed about it, as you can tell, but it'll work out. What?
I understand if there's anything we can do.
All right. I'll see you guys all next Monday. Have a good day.
Thank you. Bye.